Welcome to a special edition of From Desk of the President. I am your president, Brad Hulse, 2024 RAL President. A special edition today for a variety of reasons. First off, I have joining me Kyle Fischer, Association Executive that you hopefully already know, but if not, then here he is. Welcome, Kyle.
Hey, thanks, Brad. Thanks for letting me in on the desk of the president.
Yeah, you got it. So, hey, we'll get right to it. Obviously, everybody's talking about basically the same thing. Recently, it was introduced that a proposed settlement with the National Association of Realtors has been put out there and is in the process of being approved. We'd like to address a few things and talk just a little bit about that. So Kyle is here to help me to do that, as he's been able to follow it a lot as well. Kyle, what does that truly mean for us as realtors? Where do we go from here?
Well, the outcome or the verdict doesn't change, but really the National Association of Realtors was able to work out a settlement that lowered some of the potential damages from the billions of dollars to 418 million, which, at the end of the day is quite a good discount, if you will, and really helps hold members a bit harmless. And then it did two other things, and I'll read directly from NAR's press release. It resolves claims against NAR and nearly every member, state, and territorial local realtor association, all association MLSs, and all brokerages with NAR members as principals whose transactions were $2 billion or below. And number two, it preserves cooperative compensation as an option for consumers looking to buy or sell a home as long as such offer of compensation occurs off MLS. And that's really key, those two things. In plain terms, it absolves NAR members, for the most part, from future litigation on this, and it still allows broker-to-broker cooperative compensation so long as that offer isn't made in the MLS.
I see. Okay. Yeah, very key point that I know that they were really working hard on, in part a big crux of this lawsuit about the MLS. So something that, oh my gosh, everybody has just been so annoyed with, I guess to put it mildly, Kyle, that all of the variety of headlines about commissions and real estate in general. So what are we doing, or what can we do as an association to kind of address some of these things?
Well, you heard it in the President's State of the Union address. Yeah, right?
That's true.
And if we can't get the President of the United States to say it exactly how we want, we really don't hold out hope that we can fight every incorrect headline, that we can fight every misnomer that's out there in the public. What we're doing as an association is our best where we see opportunity to put the truth out there. But quite frankly, I think what I've been most impressed with is our individual members and the reach that they have and the good work that they've been doing through their email and social media and everything that they've put out there, explaining what the truth is and the truth that we all know. There has never been a standard commission. Commissions have always been negotiable. It's been a client-centered transaction. And I think my message to our members is we're doing what we can, but keep doing what you're doing because they're doing a great job.
Definitely right. Yeah. I mean, and so maybe kind of an obvious question, I guess, since we talked about compensation can't be offered on the MLS anymore. I guess, what does that mean for the MLS then? What's going to happen to it or not happen or whatever?
Well, I think the best part here in Lincoln and Omaha, Great Plains Regional MLS, this part of eastern Nebraska, is that brokers and agents still feel the MLS is the first entry, the best place, the most up-to-date repository for their listings, and that's not going to change.
Yeah.
Obviously, the compensation field in the MLS is going to go away. And there's going to be rule changes that are in the rules today that talk about requirements for something to be in the compensation field that's going to go away. But really, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that's going to change when somebody looks at the MLS. And when that information gets fed out to other sources, that's not going to be there. But nothing is going to change fundamentally with how we use the MLS.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Well, yeah, I think there's a fair amount of fear from some who, obviously there's value in the MLS, and so we want to see that continue. And really, when we speak of value, gosh, we as realtors know our value. You won't be surprised to hear me say it is now time for us to show up and show our value. It is going to behoove us to be able to do that. It really is not complicated, but it is going to require a fair amount of action. And I absolutely look forward to continuing this as we find out more and more, because truly there's so many still unanswered questions. But what I do know in talking to Kyle and from seeing more and more from the National Association, we are going to be here as an association to continue to help you and us through this. Obviously we'll be looking at forms. We have an exclusive buyer agency agreement already in existence, but we'll be looking at that form to make sure maybe we may need some tweaks.
Yep.
Maybe there'll be some things that we do there. And on top of that, we'll be looking at plenty of training. This is not going to be just something that we just put everybody to the wolves and let you figure out. That is going to be one of our big value adds, is that we're going to help out, and we're going to help every realtor that's a member of this association be able to continue with their work. So, Kyle, any parting thoughts, final things for the group here?
No, I think that's well stated, and that's exactly what we're here for, is to help members to get through this. Some of that action is going to be at the MLS level, but a lot of it is going to be through leaders like Brad taking charge and helping others with what they need to know and to get through this. Because you're right, Brad, the industry is going to change, but it's still about clients. It's still about putting your data in the MLS, cooperating, sharing your listings. None of that changes.
Absolutely. Very good. Well, hey, thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. We look forward to being able to continue these conversations with everyone so we can all have a good understanding of truly where we go from here. We've got to start. We've got a few things that we know, but looking forward to knowing more and more. So for Kyle Fischer, I'm Brad Hulse from the Desk of the President, Special Edition. Thank you very much.